Hey, One Hope Church, it is that time again, time for our quarterly update. Doing this one just a little bit early to get it in before Lent starts. So without further ado, here are 6 updates for you. Update number 1, Next Generation Ministry Director update. So about a year ago, we started a process, formed a ministry review team to kind of identify what are the areas where we could use some help at One Hope Church. And one of the things that team identified was that we have some holes in the area of kids, youth, and young adult ministries. And so the elders took that report and put together over the summer a kind of a job description for what we're calling a next generation ministry director. Half-time position was what it was originally going to be, half in kids and half in youth and young adults. And around budget time, if you recall, at the budget meeting, we shared just budget realities, down about 10% in giving, and we kind of decided we needed to scale that position back just to a quarter-time position. And so the actual position is a quarter-time position, and we kind of, for now, dropped the kids portion. I think we can handle that pretty well with volunteers for now, but we really want to move forward with that quarter-time position in the area of youth and young adult ministry. And so application process began in November. Jeremiah and Amanda were the two to apply for that position jointly as a married couple, and interviews took place in I think December. Matt Mysteric and Me Alexander and Mark Cooper were the interviewing team, person from the elder team, person from the admin team, and person overseeing the action team under which youth and kids ministry falls. And just had a great interview with Jeremiah and Amanda. They were really impressed the team asked some really good pointed questions, and Jeremiah and Amanda did a great job answering those questions and really also exhibiting just a real excitement, and I think a fresh energy is what they really said, that they see Jeremiah and Amanda bringing really fresh energy to our One Hope Church team. So I'm really excited to let you know that once the budget passed, we extended an offer to Jeremiah and Amanda, and they accepted. And then we did the background checks, and those all went great. So Jeremiah and Amanda will begin in that position of Next Generation Ministry Director in the area of youth and young adult ministry, beginning February 16th. And then on February 19th, Sunday, February 19th, we're going to have a little commissioning time for them. We'll pray over them and release them in that role. Sandy and I are going to be a part of that team with them, do some kind of mentoring with them, and just coaching and just being a support for them. But really, as I sat down with Jeremiah and Amanda initially, as we looked at this youth and young adult ministry position, I told them, we're not looking for a program. I don't want you to build a youth program. I want you to really help facilitate and build a really healthy youth and young adult community. And so that's really what I've shared with them, and they resonated with that. One Hope Church is a relational church. We're not a programmatic church, and so really want to go with our DNA on our strengths. But also, we're just seeing right now a kind of window where we've got a fair number of young adults hanging out at our church for a church our size. And so really want to capitalize on that and pour some resources into really growing a healthy, vibrant young adult ministry, and have youth, high school youth included in that as well. And then release this next generation to be key leaders and in all aspects of ministry at One Hope Church. So real excited about getting that started. And so welcome Jeremiah and Amanda to the team. Update number 2. Bible Reading Podcast Season 5, the Lenten version, is kicking off. We're going to, during the season of Lent, as we did last year, do our next season of our Bible Reading Podcast, and kind of going back now to kind of our tried and true formula of having some actually daily Bible readings, and then daily Monday through Saturday reflections by one of our podcast team. And so what we're going to do this season of Lent is we're going to actually read through the books of Luke and Acts together as a church. And so, Luke, and Acts is really Luke part 2, both written by Luke. One's the story of Jesus, the other is the story of the early church. And so we're going to, as many as who want to, read through that together, and you can subscribe to those daily Bible reading podcast reflections. Got a great team. Our team consists of myself and Joel Price, Matt Mysteric, Jeremiah, Mark Jones, Tyreen, Connie, Triel, Hannah, and Laurel. So really looking forward to it. We may have some guest podcast reflection speakers as well in the course of that as well. But really encourage you to sign up for this. I really would like to get as many of One Hope Church folks listening to those podcasts this season and actually just doing these readings together through Lent. It's going to start on Ash Wednesday, February 22nd. Which leads to update number 3, our Ash Wednesday service and Lenten Tuesdays. Can you believe that we're already almost to the season of Lent? So Ash Wednesday is February 22nd, and we're going to kick off the season of Lent with our traditional Ash Wednesday service, February 22nd, 6:30 p.m., and that's going to be at Peninsula Christian Fellowship. And we're doing it at the 6:30 time because usually Calvary Fellowship has a midweek service there at 6:30 on Wednesdays, but they've graciously deferred to us, allowing us to come and do our service there. And so we're going to keep it at the same time in case they have any of their folks who want to kind of come join us for that really meaningful service. Great way to begin the season of Lent as we reflect on our own mortality and brokenness and sin, but ultimately the power of the cross. So encourage you to take part in that really special service, Ash Wednesday, February 22nd at PCF, 6:30 p.m. And then the following 5 Tuesdays, we're going to have our traditional Tuesday kind of soup supper. Bring a soup to share, or bread item or salad. We'll have a sign-up sheet, make it available soon. And just come and be part of just some great fellowship together. That also is going to be at Peninsula Christian Fellowship, Tuesday, 6 p.m. And about 6:45 or so, we'll have a little 45-minute worship service. We'll have some singing together, and then we're going to take one of the stories that we've been looking at that previous week in the books of Luke or Acts, as we've been doing the Bible reading podcast, so it's all kind of tied together. And we'll kind of do the storying method to kind of do some teaching on that story and just have a great discussion around that, and then prayer together. So really encourage you to take part in both the Ash Wednesday service and those Lenten Tuesdays. Let's just really make that a really special time for our church this year. Then update number 4 is our upcoming preaching calendar. We're just about done with our Spiritual Gifts series. February 12th is my pastor, Paul Anderson, coming to share his perspective on the spiritual gifts. And then on February 19th, I'll wrap up the series. And then we're going to lead into kind of our Lenten series, looking at the Kingdom of God parables of Matthew chapter 13. And so there's going to be about 6-week series for that. One of them is going to be a special guest speaker. We've got the director of World Mission Prayer League, which is the mission organization that Pat Loveless had been a part of. He's going to come give the teaching on March 19th, just part of that Kingdom Parable series. So look forward to that, which will lead into kind of Palm Sunday and Easter. We'll have seasonal focuses there, of course. And then after Easter, we're going to jump into a book level study of the book of James. So that's what you have to look forward to as we kind of proceed on with spring. And then update number 5, Replenishing the Go and Do Fund. Boy, we had a fantastic Children of the Nations food packaging event recently. We packaged 40,000 meals to be sent to Sierra Leone. Had over 100 people at Ocean 5 doing that event together on a Sunday morning. We also kind of drained what remained of the Go and Do Fund to help cover the cost for that. So we're really looking at ways now to replenish the Go and Do Fund. And so one thought we had is just kind of a first step toward that is to just encourage all of us to let's take the season of Lent and to consider during this season of Lent, would you consider above and beyond your normal tithes and offering, giving something a little extra, specifically designated for the Go and Do Fund? And you may want to tie Lent into this as well. Maybe consider giving something up for Lent, something that would normally cost money, and what you would have spent on that thing, contribute that money to the Go and Do Fund. I'm going to do that. For example, I'm going to give up alcohol for the season of Lent, and so just the money that I would have spent on alcohol, I'm just going to give to the Go and Do Fund. So you may want to give up eating out or fast food or something like that, and just contribute what you would have spent on those things to the Go and Do Fund. Because we got people ready to go and do. I know some folks in my family thinking about going to India this summer, and we're also looking at maybe a team to Mongolia, and it's been a while since we've gotten to Peru as well. And so isn't it great that we can actually go and do again? So let's work on replenishing that fund together, and then let's just go and do. And then finally, number 6, Peter's prediction for the Super Bowl this year. I am like 95% that this year, the team that's going to win the Super Bowl is either the Chiefs or the Eagles. I'm almost positive it's going to be one of those two teams. Sorry, I know that was really bad. Almost as bad as my daughter, who recently asked me, you know about birds and how they fly in flocks in that V formation? She said, do you want to know why? You ever notice that like one side of that V formation is longer than the other? Do you know why that is? And I said, I don't know why that is. And Hannah said, it's because there's more birds on one side. Thanks, Hannah. Well, there you have it. Those are our 6 updates for this first video update of 2023. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this, and thanks for listening. And now here's my real prediction for the Super Bowl. The winner of the Super Bowl is absolutely going to be